This episode of Tour the World is brought to you by Evergreen Tours, a world of discovery, and Antler, the champions of lightweight luggage.
Hello there and welcome to Tour the World. Real people, real travel experiences. Now this week we are a guest of Evergreen Tours on their amazing Rockies Grandeur itinerary around Canada's spectacular Rocky Mountains. It's a big tour for a big country. So let's get underway with the Tour the World Big Five.
Connect with contemporary Canadian art at Gallery Row in Whistler. Try some tasty local tucker, including a bison burger. The history of the Wild West comes alive at Hat Creek Ranch. Tap into your inner cowboy in Banff. And we enjoy some five-star R&R on board the Rocky Mountaineer. Starting in British Columbia's capital, Victoria, we make our way to the ski resort towns of Whistler and Sun Peaks. On to Alberta to fabulous Banff and the magnificent splendour of Lake Louise and the Icefields Parkway. It's all aboard the iconic Rocky Mountaineer in Jasper through to Kamloops, then on to BC's biggest city, Vancouver. Wow, Canada, here we come. A country of incredible natural beauty, soaring mountain peaks and crystal clear rivers, pristine glaciers and extraordinary wildlife. If you've always dreamed of visiting this remarkable country, then climb on board with us for the adventure of a lifetime with Evergreen Tours as we explore the amazing Rocky Mountains. Evergreen offers a deluxe style of touring and all the key sites along the way are included in the cost of your tour. And with 2-night stays in Victoria and Banff, there's plenty of time to explore at your own pace. Marvel at the majesty of the Rockies. They really are breathtaking. And we're on tour, so I guess we're gonna need a tour guide.
So Ian, here we are in the fabulous Butchart Gardens in Victoria. It's just amazing.
It is. It's truly amazing.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the gardens have been here since 1904 is when they opened up. It was originally, and it's still owned by the Butchart family, descendants of the original Jenny and Robert Butchart. And they do a wonderful job here, inviting millions of guests each year to the gardens.
It's stunning. And what's your favourite part of the gardens?
The Ross Fountain. It's mesmerizing. You can just stand in front of it and watch it change in colors and the different spirals that it makes with the water fountains and what have you. I've stood there on my own as I've come to the gardens and just sat there and watched it for hours.
Now, even though today might not technically be the best day to visit the gardens, it's a little bit grey and overcast, it does have this beautiful, misty, ethereal quality to it. But I bet when the sun is shining, there is a spectacular explosion of colour. It's just beautiful.
Time to cover off a few of the basics. Now, I'm not one of those people who says any hotel will do, it's just another place to sleep. Hotels should really add to the travel experience, and that's just what they do on this tour. All accommodation is of a deluxe standard, and there are some big names on our hotel list. All have been carefully selected for their level of service, central location, ambience, and character. Porterage of your bags is included, so you can just check in and relax while your bags are brought up to your room. The rooms are contemporary in style, comfortable and spacious with excellent amenities. There are several hotels with health clubs for those who want to keep those extra holiday kilos in check. Our highlight stay on this tour is the legendary Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise, which is located right on the magnificent lake. The lake is frozen during our stay, but whatever time of the season you visit, it will be spectacular. Step inside the chateau and you literally step back in time to the tradition of Canada's great railway hotels. These hotels were and still are renowned for their grace and hospitality, with exquisite furnishings, memorabilia and all the charm of a bygone era. Transport on this tour is by way of luxury air-conditioned coach with large picture windows which are perfect for taking in the incredible views. Now, this is a big country, the second biggest in the world, covering 9.9 million square kilometres. Needless to say, there are some big drives involved, but with plenty of stops and full coach commentary along the way. The never-ending picture-perfect scenery will keep you absolutely enthralled. I've never seen anything like it. Towards the end of the tour, I catch up with some of my fellow travellers to find out what they thought and why Aussies love to travel.
I guess it comes back to that sort of nomadic thing that humans have. They want to roam, and I think if they roam, they get satisfied. They see new cultures, they experience new things, new food, new beer, new people. Yeah, nice things. Yeah.
We have had the best time. We've had Ian, our guide, we all just absolutely love. We want to take him back home to Australia. But the people, we've just had such a bond with the people and had so much fun. I have had fun in my life and everything, but these people are just so beautiful and we've all just bonded together so well, laughed and had a wonderful, wonderful time. It's going to be very sad because, you know, some are going one direction and others are going a different direction. So tonight's going to be a good party, Adam. It's going to be a really good party, a farewell one.
Now, Canada has some of the world's most spectacular national parks, and this tour is jam-packed with natural wonders to enjoy. Now, we can't fit them all into the show, so we're going to bring you a selection of our favourite spots, and we'll meet a few of the locals along the way.
There are so many amazing places to visit on this tour, but for my money, the natural bridge over the wonderfully named Kicking Horse River in British Columbia is a firm favourite. While the winner of the most picturesque lake goes to Lake Louise in Alberta, the runner-up is without doubt the nearby Emerald Lake. And I take the opportunity to burn off the breakfast buffet exploring the lake by canoe. And the award for Best Geological Oddity goes to the hoodoos in Banff National Park.
All right, now it is time to get up close and personal with the Rocky Mountains.
And the only way to really appreciate the sheer scale of the range is by air, so I take a scenic helicopter flight. The Rockies stretch almost 5,000 kilometres from northern British Columbia to New Mexico. They're somewhere between 55 million and 80 million years old. Travelling through the Rockies along the spectacular Icefields Parkway, we visit the Columbia Icefield Centre to board an ice explorer.
On the top, we've got about 325 square kilometres, or 125 square miles of ice, and 11 of the highest 22 peaks in the Canadian Rockies. And that just flows down through this outlet valley glacier, forming the Athabasca Glacier.
So the glacier is just carving its way through the rock as it goes.
Exactly.
Tell me about these vehicles that you drive up.
Yes.
They're very popular, especially with the blokes. Big boys' toys.
Yes,
Tell
they
me a
are.
little bit about them. Are they fun to drive?
They're extremely fun to drive. We call them the Ice Explorers, and they're made by Foremost of Calgary, Alberta.
And we did a super steep hill coming down here.
We did a 32% grade or 18% hill.
Wow.
Not only is standing on the Athabasca Glacier a once-in-a-lifetime experience, it's the ideal spot for a snowball fight. Canada's alpine wilderness is a pristine environment, and we visit Jasper National Park in Alberta to learn more about the amazing wildlife in the area.
Well, we've got quite a selection of animals. We've got black bears, grizzly bears, we've got moose and elk, deer, foxes, coyotes, wolves. You may be lucky enough to see cougar or caribou.
Our visit ends with a walk to the fabulous Maligny Canyon.
Now, this is something I have been dreaming of doing for years, and it's an absolute highlight on this tour. It's the legendary Rocky Mountaineer. Now, we're travelling from Jasper through to Vancouver, so sit back, relax, and enjoy one of the world's great rail journeys.
With a tour that's this full of extraordinary experiences, the Rocky Mountaineer is really the icing on your Canadian cake. From the moment you board the luxury train, you are made to feel incredibly special. This is a chance to really relax, unwind, and take in the ever-changing grandeur of the Rockies from the comfort of your seat.
So tell us a little bit about the service here on the Rocky Mountaineer.
Well, we have 3 different styles of service. We have the Red Leaf service, which is a single-level coach where guests are served at their seat. Meals are chilled, and they have one host with them attending to them for the 2 days. We also have a Silver Leaf coach, and the Silver Leaf is a single-level domed roof coach, and the guests enjoy hot meals there, again served at their seat, and they have 3 hosts with them as well. We also have the Gold Leaf service, which is the pride and joy of the company. We have these beautiful bi-level domes, and people sit upstairs and enjoy the domed roof, and then they come downstairs into the dining room to enjoy a beautiful prepared menu.
I'm lucky enough to be travelling in Gold Leaf service, and the views of the constantly changing scenery through the domed roof are just incredible. But whatever level of service you choose, you're guaranteed that this will be an unforgettable experience. Before I know it, we're pulling into Kamloops for our overnight hotel stay, which is included along with your transfers. Back on board in the morning, and our journey towards Vancouver continues. Today is all about relaxing and letting the landscape just drift by.
From woe to go, it has just been absolutely out of this world. The scenery, I don't think words can describe. It just blows me away, absolutely blows me away. We're in gold class, it is luxury plus. The staff, they treat you well, and by the time you finish, you feel like a king.
You never know what you'll see next, so keep your eyes peeled for the odd bear here and there.
Now, during this tour, you'll get to learn more about the tough, pioneering spirit of the wild, wild West. It's a great chance to learn more about this period of history, but also the history of the First Nations people. And you'll really come to understand Canada's wild, wild West of today.
History really comes to life at the historic Hat Creek Ranch, located on the Gold Rush Trail in British Columbia. This is a unique opportunity to learn more about the pioneers of the West, many of whom came to the region to seek their fortune in gold in the 1860s. The First Nations people of the region, the Shuswap Nation, share some of their proud history and culture with visitors to the ranch. There's a native village to explore, and we enjoy a presentation on daily life and ceremonial dress, plus a display of traditional dance. And I get to display a few moves of my own. The Capilano Suspension Bridge Park is one of Vancouver's most popular attractions. And here we learn the early history of the West's biggest city. The original suspension bridge was erected in 1889. There are historic displays to explore, along with North America's largest collection of First Nation totem or story poles. Take a stroll across the swaying suspension bridge 70 metres above the swirling Capilano River. I have to admit, I do hang on tight. As you would expect, the food in Canada is fabulous. There are plenty of wonderful fresh ingredients to enjoy, with a strong emphasis on local specialties and produce. Several dinners are included, and we're served up a mouth-watering array of tasty dishes and desserts. Don't miss the chance to try a juicy bison burger at the Hat Creek Ranch. It's delicious, as is the Western-style barbecue dinner in Jasper.
Now, all of your breakfasts on this tour are included, so you can always get the day off to a great start, and some of them are served up with the most amazing views. And this mountain air is giving me quite an appetite.
Banff is one of Canada's most popular tourist destinations, and our visit begins with an early gondola ride to the top of spectacular Sulphur Mountain for a sumptuous buffet breakfast among the clouds and sweeping views of the town. It's a wonderful way to start our visit to this awesome resort town. And we'll return to Banff for a closer look a little later in the show. On to one of our Discover More dining options.
Now, Victoria has a very strong Chinese heritage, and that's good news for us because it means great Chinese food, and I love a chicken chow mein. Tonight is a Chinese banquet and lantern walk. It's our Discover More option. Come on.
I catch up with our guide to learn more about Victoria's Chinese heritage.
So Victoria's Chinatown is the oldest Chinatown in North America. It has 154 years history, older than Victoria City itself. Victoria City is 150 years this year.
And our evening ends with a very special finale.
Thank you.
Now, culturally, Canada is a heavy hitter on the world stage. We're talking Ryan Gosling, that's right, ladies, Bryan Adams, Celine Dion, Shania Twain, The Beeb. See, I told you I was hip and happening, and there's plenty of opportunities on this tour to connect with Canadian culture, including the O Canada A dinner show.
O Canada A is a fun-filled evening of Canadiana song and dance, which includes a delicious home-style dinner. It's high energy and lots of fun. To connect with the art scene in Canada, don't miss the opportunity to visit Gallery Row in Whistler, which is connected to the Hilton Hotel. We learn more about some of Canada's leading contemporary artists.
There's a group of 4 different galleries, including our own, with a photographer, a stone artist, and native art and contemporary art. They are mostly Canadian artists, but we do also have international artists. We have a lot of emerging artists as well-established artists in our gallery. For example, we have Tinyan Chan, who is the senior artist in our gallery. He is actually Chinese born, and so it's always a very vibrant painting, the contrast of the bold colors and the cold winter scene. So he has a way of warming up a Canadian winter.
How would you like to win an amazing touring package? Well, here's your chance from Tour the World. This fabulous prize includes a $1,000 voucher towards a tour for 2 people from Evergreen Tours, a world of discovery. A stylish set of 3 Drive Light luggage cases from Antler, the champions of lightweight luggage. A selection of Go travel products to help you get the most from your travel experience. And a men's holiday wardrobe to the value of $500 from Uberman. Contemporary urban looks and uncompromising quality. Just tell us in 25 words or less where you'd like to tour to and why. Visit tourtheworld.com.au.
Now, the great thing about this Evergreen Tours itinerary is that there's lots of included activities, which we like, but plenty of time to do your own thing, like exploring amazing Banff.
Since the opening of the legendary Banff Springs Hotel in 1888, travellers have been coming to Banff National Park in droves. Banff Town offers lots of options for shopaholics. It's a wonderful spot for some people watching and a fascinating melting pot of sights, sounds and tastes. Take some time out to visit the historic Banff Springs Hotel. It's a monument to a bygone era of style. And finally, who hasn't dreamed of being a cowboy or cowgirl? Well, here in Banff, you can live out your fantasy with a visit to a Western shop just like this one. It's guaranteed to bring out the inner cowboy in us all. Now, if you think this tour ticks all the boxes on your holiday checklist, then call Evergreen Tours or go online to evergreentours.com. For more episodes of Tour the World, visit our website or track us down on Facebook.
Well, it is time to wrap things up here at the Capilano Suspension Bridge and Cliff Walk in Vancouver. And I hope you've enjoyed this whistle-stop tour of Canada's amazing Rocky Mountains. Next week, Capitals and Eastern Canada with Evergreen Tours. We'll see you then.